Please forgive me on that. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we're going to be talking from this book today, Electronic Health Records by Richard Gartee. This is the third edition of this book. And so I sent y'all some pictures of the table of content until we get everything fully established. So I'll be talking from chapter 1 today. Chapter 1. And this is talking about the history of electronic health records, the Institute of Medicine, computer-based patient record institute, health insurance portability, social forces driving EHR adoption, forces driving EHR revolution. So this is dealing with chapter 1. So if you look on your picture, oh, you got yours, picture content, you'll see where I'm going. Why interoperability is important, documenting at the point of care, flow of clinical information into the chart, inpatient charts versus outpatient charts, patient registration and appointment scheduling, and then a summary of chapter 1. So I'm going to try to talk about this as abbreviated as I can. As abbreviated as I can, so that y'all can get the most of what you need. Today is the what? 14th? Okay. So fantastic. So again, like I said, with the additions, sometimes they write additions. The pages are maybe like 2 or 3 pages off, but the content is near about similar, the same. So if you all happen to get a Gartee book, that is the second edition or the first edition, just compared to what I'm talking about on the lecture series here, and you'll see that it's basically same or similar, so don't panic, okay? All right, so history of electronic health records. So I'm going to go in my book, and if you have your book, you can follow me. History and evolution of electronic health records. So it says here, the idea of computerizing patient medical records has been around. The EHR, okay, and patient's medical records consist of handwritten notes, typed reports, and test results stored in a paper file system. Okay, so I'm just reading to y'all, so just kind of follow along with me. Today's paper medical records are used in fewer healthcare facilities. Remember what I said, paper-based medical records are dinosaurs. Okay, they're dinosaurs. Paper-based medical records. And I know that sometimes I may repeat some things, but it's to your benefit. Dinosaur. So you might still have some providers that are still in that dinosaur mindset. Okay, so the Institute of Medicine, I'm on page 2. The Institute of Medicine, beginning in 1991, which is the division of the National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine, sponsored studies, created reports that led the way towards concepts we have in place today for electronic health records. Originally, the Institute of Medicine called the computer-based medical records. During the evolution, so computer-based medical records, computer-based medical records is another word for electronic medical records. Does everybody understand that?
I'm glad you put that because I'm thinking I'm like,
Okay, good. You're following me. Let me get another Sharpie because that one is getting rather light, and I prefer mine. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so computer-based medical records. So during the evolution, EHRs have many other names, including electronic computer medical records, longitudinal patient records, and electronic records. Uh, all of these names refer to something intended to replace the paper chart, which is the paper-based medical records. The IOM, the Institute of Medicine report, put forth a set of 8 core functions that an EHR should be capable of performing. The 8 core functions are health information and data. Okay, so let's see here. 8 core functions of the EMR. Health information and data. Okay, so the health information and data, this function provides defined data that includes such items as medical and nursing diagnosis, which we talked about in SOAP notes, okay? Medication lists, allergies, demographics, clinical narratives about the patient itself, and laboratory test results. Further, it provides improved access to information needed by care providers when they are needed. Okay? Results management. Results management are computerized results that can be accessed more easily than paper reports by the provider at the time and place they are needed. So it reduces lag time. So results management reduce lag time and allows for quicker recognition and treatment of medical problems. The automated display of previous test results make it possible to reduce redundant and additional testing. Having electronic results can allow for better interpretation and for easier detection of abnormalities, thereby ensuring appropriate follow-up. Access to electronic consults and patient consents can establish critical links and improve care coordination among multiple providers as well as between providers and patient. Order management. Order management. Okay. Okay. So order management is computer provider order entry systems that can improve workflow process by eliminating lost orders, ambiguities caused by illegible handwriting, generating related orders automatically, monitoring for duplicate orders, and reducing the time required to fill orders. CPOE systems for medication reduce the number of errors in medication dose and frequency, drug allergies, and drug interactions. The use of the CPOE in conjunction with the electronic health records improve clinician productivity. Okay, so this has a lot to do with prescriptions, sending electronic prescriptions to your pharmacy. It has a lot to do with lab orders. So sometimes instead of giving you a paper to go get your labs done, we can electronically send your lab orders straight from one computer to Quest Diagnostics or to LabQuest.
Yeah, all the doctors are hooked up now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Radiology requests. Okay, and so on and so on. Okay, decision support. Decision support. That's another one. This is another core value of having electronic medical records is that the systems include prevention, prescribing drugs, diagnosis and management, detection of adverse events, and disease outbreaks. So it provides data to help make a decision on how to further care for that patient. Everybody has heard of CDC, right? Center of Disease Control. Okay, so the reason why we take data on each and every patient that comes through, and then we give a diagnosis code and a procedure code, because those codes go into a storage, and it's also a byproduct of the CDC, so they can better relate to what's going on with the patient, okay, and make decisions on how to treat the patient based on their social history, family history, other things like that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Electronic communication and connectivity. Electronic communication and connectivity. So we have decision support. Okay, so what this does among care partners, it enhances patient safety and quality of care, especially for patients who have multiple providers in multiple settings that must coordinate with care plans. Electronic connectivity is essential in creating and populating electronic health record systems with data from laboratory, pharmacy, radiology, and other providers. It also has secure email and web messaging, automatic alerts to providers regarding abnormal laboratory results, and electronic communication is fundamental to the creation of integrated health record, both within setting and across settings of institution. Patient support is another one. How does that benefit the patient? Well, anybody has anybody created a login for their electronic medical record at their doctor's office? Okay, so that this is what that's talking about. So you yeah, 5-0. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Mhm. Down the stairs, down the stairs. So find the nearest exit for the stairwell. Let me end the thingy.